Hello everyone, this is Urvashi Chauhan and you are watching Courts Today by LiveLaw. We bring to you the latest and in-depth legal coverage, coming to you with a brief of what all happened in the Indian courts today. Starting with the Supreme Court hearing on same-sex marriage. The Supreme Court today began the hearing on the legalization of marriage between same-sex people. The constitutional bench hearing the matter comprises Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, Justice Ravindra Bhatt, Justice Hima Kohli and Justice P.S. Narasimha. The discussion began upon Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi's submission that if the court was to grant marriage equality in India, it should not grant the right of same-sex person marriage. Instead, grant the right of marriage to two consenting adults along bodily gender and sex spectrum. Contrary to this, Solicitor General of India Tushar Mehta, appearing for the central government, argued that biological gender was the gender of a person. He said that even in the Special Marriage Act, the legislative intent throughout has been the relationship between a biological male and a biological female. To this, CJI D.Y. Chandrachud significantly remarked and said, there is no absolute concept of a man or an absolute concept of a woman at all. It is not the question of what your genitals are. It is far more complex. That's the point. So even when Special Marriage Act says man and woman, the very notion of a man and a woman is not an absolute based on genitals. Senior advocate Kapil Sibal, appearing for Jamaat Ulema-e-Hind, raised questions like if same-sex marriage is validated and suppose it breaks down and involves an adopted child, what would happen then? Who would be the father? Under criminal procedure law, who would be the woman? Who would get the maintenance? He further said, like other countries, it would require for all other laws connected with it to also be reformed. Also, senior advocate Mukul Rohtagi, while citing various judgments, said that the expression sex was not limited to biological sex of a male or female, but intended to include people who considered themselves neither. Recognition of one's gender identity lies at the heart of the fundamental right to dignity. The bench will continue the hearing tomorrow. You can also watch the Supreme Court proceedings live on our YouTube channel. In a significant development today, the Supreme Court has inquired from the Gujarat government about the reasons behind the premature release of 11 life convicts in the Bilkis Bano case. The bench, comprising Justices K.M. Joseph and B.V. Nagaratna, said that when remission is considered in such heinous crimes affecting the society at large, the power must be exercised keeping in mind public interest. As you know, in May last year, Supreme Court had said that because the offence took place in Gujarat, the Gujarat government had the jurisdiction to consider the remission request. The petition filed by Bilkis Bano in this regard, seeking review of the decision, was dismissed by the Supreme Court in December last year. Meanwhile, all the 11 convicts were released last year on August 15th. Visuals of the released convicts getting heroic welcome became viral on social media, leading to outcry among several sections. In this background, a bunch of PILs were filed in the Supreme Court questioning the relief granted to the convicts. Today, the Supreme Court said that just because the central government has concurred with state's decision, it does not mean that state is not required to apply its mind. The matter has now been listed for May 2nd. And now coming to an update regarding the BJP-led Karnataka government's decision to scrap off the 4% reservation provided to Muslims in the other backward classes category. The Supreme Court bench of Justices K.M. Joseph and B.V. Nagaratna today adjourned the hearing of a plea challenging the said government order to exclude Muslims from the OBC category and scrapping the 4% reservation given to them under Category 2B. The bench will now hear the matter on 25th of March. Last week, as you know, the Karnataka government had assured the Supreme Court that no further action would be taken in connection with the scraping of the said OBC reservation. So this will now continue till the next hearing, that is on Tuesday. In another case, the Bombay High Court today refused to continue monitoring the murder investigation of anti-superstition crusader Narendra Dabholkar. Dabholkar, defending the anti-superstition cause through his organization Andhshraddha Nirmulan Samiti, was shot dead by two bike-bound men on a morning walk in 2013. In 2014, the court had transferred the murder probe to the CBI from Pune police. Since then, the court had been monitoring the progress in the case. But today, the division bench of Justices Ajay S. Gadkari and Prakash Nayak, while disposing of two petitions, said that there cannot be perpetual monitoring. Some monitoring is fine, but the law is very clear that when a charge sheet is filed, the rights of the accused are also to be considered. A Delhi court today has reserved its decision on the bail plea moved by Aam Aadmi Party leader and former Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia in a money laundering case connected to implementation of the National Capital's excise policy of 2021-22. Special Judge M.K. Nagpal of the Rouse Avenue Court will pronounce the order on 26th April at 4 p.m. Sisodia is currently under judicial custody in the cases registered by the CBI and Enforcement Directorate. On March 31st, he was denied bail by the special judge in the CBI case. His bail plea is pending before the Delhi High Court and will be heard on April 20th. Justice Trilok Singh Chauhan has been appointed as the Acting Chief Justice of Himachal Pradesh High Court with effect from April 20th. The Union government today notified his appointment. Justice Chauhan's notification for appointment as Acting Chief Justice precedes the forthcoming retirement of Justice Sabina, who is the current Acting Chief Justice of the High Court. The Supreme Court Collegium on February 7th had recommended her name for the post of Chief Justice of Himachal Pradesh. However, the Union government failed to issue the notification. She will be retiring now on April 19th. You must know that acting chief justices are appointed by the President under Article 223 of the Constitution in cases where the office of Chief Justice of a High Court is vacant or when any such Chief Justice is unable to perform the duties of his office. Thank you for watching. If you wish to know more details about the cases I mentioned here, please visit our website at www.livelawmedia.in. Your suggestions are extremely valuable to us, so please write to us at info@livelawmedia.in. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe and support us.